Hey guys, this is Salif Azizan and this is 5 Performance Monster smartphone in Malaysia for 2023. Okay everyone, so for this episode we will talk about the 5 Performance Monster smartphone in Malaysia. So just a little disclaimer here, what we meant as Performance Monster is based on our judgment and our POV as well. So if you have an idea of what a Performance Monster is, or if you have your own list of your own Performance Monster, then feel free to comment below. So you might wonder, what exactly is a Performance Monster? Well, a Performance Monster should offer you the best performance to value quality. That means we are looking at phones priced between 2,000 to 4,000 ringgit for the best specs, performance and user satisfaction. Coming up at number 5, Huawei Nova 11 Pro. Now, if you're a fashion enthusiast, this phone could be the one for you. This baby comes with a Snapdragon 778G 4G processor, 8GB RAM and also 256GB storage as well. Sure, the processor might be a bit inferior compared to other devices on this list, but never sleep on the phone specs. It also comes with a preloaded Harmony OS 3.0 and a solid 4,500 mAh battery life too. So according to our calculation, that should last you over 24 hours. Now, when it comes to the camera, this phone sports a dual 50MP primary camera and a dual 8MP front camera as well. So, to say the least, this phone has a quite solid performance for its camera as well. When it comes to price, this phone is actually quite reasonably priced too, coming at 2,399 ringgit only. If you're familiar with Huawei phone, you would know that this phone lacked the Google support, so that's a major con to it. However, if you don't mind the lack of Google support and can work without Google Play Store, this phone could be it. Number 4, Nothing Phone 2. Now, you might be surprised that the Nothing flagship phone is ranked quite low on this list, but hear me out. Let me cook for a bit. So, this phone features the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 Plus processor. I mean, sure, it's a bit outdated at this point, but it should be more than good enough for your daily need. On top of that, it also runs 12GB RAM with 256GB storage as well. So if you're planning to make this phone your working phone, you would be more than pleased to find out how reliable it is. Plus, it also sports the Adreno 730 GPU for a more immersive gaming experience. For a Nothing phone, you can expect this phone to retain its iconic semi-transparent back design with a little LED twist to it. So if you're looking for a unique looking phone that can game, this phone should be on top of your wish list. Let's talk about camera. Now, camera-wise, this phone sports a 50MP primary camera with a 32MP front camera as well. The main highlight, nighttime photography actually feels great. It feels very consistent, and it also has a 4,700 mAh battery life. That is actually quite good. But for 2,999, it's probably a bit pricey for what it has to offer. Alright, number 3, Samsung Galaxy S23. Since its release in February 2023, this phone has become a fan favorite among casual users and Samsung fans as well. In case if you don't know, this phone features the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor with 8GB RAM and 128GB storage as well. This phone, it comes preloaded with an Android 13 and you can upgrade it to Android 14 as well. Let's talk about camera. Now, camera-wise, this phone runs a triple 50MP primary camera with a wide 12MP front camera as well. The main highlight? This phone actually supports up to 8K resolution at 24 or 30 frame rates per second for a video. Now, that's quite good. On top of that, it also supports 25W wired charging and houses a 3,900 mAh battery life. Interestingly, Samsung claimed that this phone could reach 50% charge in just 30 minutes. As of now, the phone will cost you 4,199 ringgit. This phone is quite a solid option, but there are other options on this list that might catch your eye. Number 2, Asus ROG Phone 7. Now, it might be the only gaming phone on this list, but it's definitely not a slouch. First of all, this phone packs a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor with 12GB RAM and 256 storage. It also comes preloaded with an Android 13. Thanks to the Android support, you can always upgrade it to Android 14. When it comes to camera, this phone sports a triple 50MP primary camera with a 32MP front camera too. It also supports 8K recording at 24 frame rates per second, 6,000 mAh mAh battery life, and 65-watt wired charging. Interestingly, it can also reach 100% charge in just 42 minutes, just as advertised. Now, these phones cost 2018 for the single-core test and 5,702 for the multi-core test on Geekbench 6. Do you know what's the most impressive thing about it? It scored a whopping 1533318 on AnTuTu. Now that's a very high score. Given all of these specs, performance and capabilities, this device should offer you a very smooth gaming experience thanks to its optimized specs. You might wonder, how much will this phone cost you? Well, at the moment, the phone is priced at 3099 ringgit, and it was in the running to become our best performance monster smartphone in Malaysia for 2023 until a certain smartphone from iQOO arrived. Number 1. iQOO 12. Dubbed as the first Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 smartphone in Malaysia, this device runs up to 16GB RAM and a maximum of 1TB storage. That's a lot, but that's not the end of it. It also features the latest Adreno 750 GPU for the smoothest and the best user experience as well. It also comes preloaded with Android 14, 5000 mAh battery life, and also supports 120-watt wired charging. Now, for camera, this phone runs a triple 50MP primary camera with a 16MP front camera as well. Now, for a device in this price range, that's actually pretty impressive. Which brings us to the question, how much does it cost? Well, the phone should cost you around 3399 ringgit. We believe the iQOO 12 is the best performance monster smartphone in Malaysia, and you should definitely get it while you still can. So, did any of these phones catch your attention? Don't forget to catch us on the next episode and follow us on TechNav for more juicy videos like this.